We have a question from Outraged in
Ooh.
Bloomfield Township. All right. Let's see what Outraged has to say. Oh, this one looks juicy again. My girlfriend and I bought a home together in 2012. We have since split up, going on 6 years now. She has never paid for anything related to the maintenance of this house. She does not pay the insurance. She does not pay for the upkeep or the mortgage payments. There is about $75,000 in equity in the home. I went to refinance the home. She still shows as a co-owner. She wants me to give her $75,000 for her to come off. I think it means her share of the $75,000 for her to come off of the property. But is this right and is this fair? From Outraged in Bloomfield Township.
We've had this question before.
Mhm.
You know, in today's society, a lot of people choose, by the way, this is question number what, Blair, real quick?
Number 4.
Right. So we just answered another question that related to, you know, how people need to have a contract between them,
Mhm.
right? And it needs to be in writing, especially in real estate. Everything has to be in writing. But getting to this situation, the key word in this whole paragraph that I heard was the word co-owner. And so the first thing I need to see from this individual is I would need to see what type of co-ownership.
Right.
Do they hold it jointly? Do they hold it jointly with right of survivorship? Are they tenants in common? And there's different remedies for people based on how the deed titles the individuals to the deed. So there are times that people mistakenly put down the wrong, what we call magic language, which you've heard me say magic language many times when it comes to deeds. Sometimes if you put the wrong magic language in the deed, nobody can do anything about it, not even a judge. You've heard me say that. There's really extensive case law going back to the late 19th century and early 20th century that precludes courts in Michigan from ordering parties to split a property. Okay? These are not married people. He says girlfriend.
Yep.
He said they were married. It's a whole different ballgame. When you're married, a family judge or a divorce court can actually order the splitting and separation of the property. Okay? It's called a partition. The court can partition the property. They can order one party or the other or both parties to basically sell a property or to refinance a property and pay another party off. But when it comes to just two people owning a property as co-owners, depending on how they own it, how they hold title, a court can't even get involved. It's that crazy. So if you don't do your deed right, you'll be coming to see somebody like myself. There are actions or remedies that you can use to offset the expenses. They call that contribution, but you may not get the title in your name fully, okay? It may still be held between you and your girlfriend in this situation. I forgot the gentleman's name, but so it's very important to have an attorney review your paperwork before you close on a transaction. We always ask people who are not married or who are siblings or who are just friends and or partners, how do you want to hold title? And they all, you know, there are many times they'll say, well, what's the difference? Well, you know, we're going to own it together. No, we want to know that God forbid something happens to, you know, let's say one party. Yes, the other party can get it automatically in the event of a death. However, if it's held jointly, but not with right of survivorship, it's just a joint ownership, and both parties can go off on their merry way, and each gets a share of that property based on how it's designated in the deed. So one party may only get a 30% share. Another party may have a 70% share. You can designate that on the deed. Okay. In this situation, and we're getting off onto deeds, but in this situation, this person, you know, he's going to have to give her something. He's going to have to give her some money if the title is not just as a tenant in common, but it's joint with right of survivorship. And so we like to see how the deed is drafted. Okay.
Okay. The typical answer to that question, he needs to see the documents.
You need to see the documents.
Need to
Right?
see the documents. Excellent. Oh, good question.
That's a
Good
very
answer.
stressful,
Mhm.
Blair, one of the most stressful situations out there, right? Imagine if
Yep.
you're married and you're trying to get out from underneath a bad marriage, and at least the judge can come in and say, you know what, I want this spouse to pay the other spouse off, or you both have to sell the property. You may
Mhm.
not be able to do that when two people own a property jointly.
Mhm.
Okay, there's a difference.
No, that's unfortunate.
Right? Mhm.
Okay.